All right, so we are bringing in Josh Skule on this, national security expert and former executive assistant director for intelligence at the FBI. Josh, thanks for being here on this and walk us through this. What should be the biggest concern about China-linked companies making these land grabs here in the U.S.?
Well, first, I don't think it's just the land grabs. When you look at the totality of the Chinese threat, it's more than just land near the nuclear sites or land in Tennessee. They are conducting renditions inside the United States. They're a feeder of fentanyl into Mexico, which is flooding our borders. Economic espionage, stealing everything that isn't locked down. Cyber attacks. They are the totality of the threat coming from China is something that many have warned for a long period of time that has spanned administrations.
Do you think that China is the biggest threat, the biggest adversary of the U.S. right now?
I do think that China is the most enduring threat to the United States right now. China's #1 goal is to be the world's economic superpower. And in order to do that, they have to displace the United States from that seat. And they are doing that through all the things I mentioned before, to include the social media and flooding our cities with poor information.
I really appreciate you bringing up this sort of multi-pronged approach that they may have, the tech, the cyber attacks, TikTok, which may be a part of this now, so much focus on this. If we focus just on the farmland quickly, we were looking even back in 2021, China owning 384,000 acres of our farmland. And we saw that ownership jump 30% from 2019 to 2020. Any question in your mind that some of these Chinese land purchases that just happen to be near U.S. bases, happen to be near our nuclear weapons, is this not a coincidence?
They don't happen to be near those. They were intentionally purchased, likely through shell companies that are very hard to ferret out. China is has expertise on our democratic values, and they exploit that. So they're going to buy up farmland that is going to be advantageous to their security apparatus. They're going to use shell companies to purchase them. Remember that their separation of their private sector and their government is not the same as the separation inside of a democratic country like the United States.
Why are Chinese companies allowed to buy farmland near U.S. bases at all?
That's a great question. First, it takes a little bit to understand that actually it is China-backed companies purchasing these. Secondly, there is a tough decision within the government as to how and when to block a purchase through CFIUS or to make them divest ownership. Those things all have a tail to them, and it is complex. So it takes a little while to figure that out. But once they do, I commend the administration for taking action. It is long overdue.
Long overdue, certainly. And as we approach this election, less than 6 months away now, what do you think we need to be watching out for the most when it comes to any destabilizing forces from China?
Well, I think China, like other nation states, took a lesson from Russia in the 2016 election. And there is going to be a ton of misinformation and disinformation pushed across social media, in stories, and the likes, all looking to benefit China first and foremost, but also to sow chaos inside the United States. So that is my biggest concern.
Tell me about the threat from AI from China as well. Are we adequately prepared for what may be coming?
We are not adequately prepared. When you listen to Director Wray's comments about Chinese hackers, their tech advancements, right now we're at about a 50-to-1 ratio Chinese hackers to the United States. Their advancements in tech, their advancements in AI, their theft, economic espionage is an all-time high. So that is giving them a leg up on the United States.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.